Hi, I'm Victoria, and hopefully I have a better mic. Um, I already filmed a video kind of generally talking about NXT and kind of recent fights that I liked over the last couple episodes, just like bouncing all around. But for this, I'm going to talk about the latest episode that came out November 12th. I'm going to talk about that episode. And then if I feel like this isn't too long, then I will get to um, just other fights. Okay, first up, I'm going to talk about Julia and Stephanie Vaquer versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. So, I I honestly wasn't sure who was going to win. I should have been able to probably guess that it was going to be Julia and Stephanie. They just got there. They want to keep them strong and built. But I just felt like they've been building like Lash and Jakara so well for the tag team titles. Like they were like on a main roster PLE. They were going up against like Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, like Io Sky, Kairi Sane. They were going up against who else was in the match? Oh, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Of course, I love them. They were going up against them, right? So they're going up against big names, and they didn't win, but they were still booked so strongly in that match that I honestly wasn't sure which way this was gonna go, but I probably should have guessed because Julie and Stephanie just got there. They've got so much more to do. They were obviously going into the Iron Survivor. As soon as like you hear that's coming up, like obviously they're gonna put the biggest and the baddest in there. There's like how many people in Iron Survivor? I feel like there's 4 people in Iron Survivor. But if so, I feel like they probably up the number because they have Julia and Stephanie and Zarya there now. And if they have like, oh, Soul won. She won against Cora. And Jada had a good promo against, or just like a good promo this episode. And she won against Lola at the ECW event. So I believe Jada will be in it. I'm going to guess Soul, Jada, Zarya, Delta, Julia, and I don't think Kalani. I think Kalani will stick trying to get her North American title. Or not hers, Fallon's. I love Fallon. Okay. Would they let Tatum in? Because she like beat Wendy at the coffin match and she looked amazing there. Great performance. So maybe Tatum. I feel like they tend to not let big like character wrestlers get into like the PLE match. It's not like big character, like a lot of presence, like Chelsea Green, but like a certain like Tatum goes so like haunted, right? Like it seems unlikely that she'll be in like a PLE, not a PLE match like against one other person, but like a PLE where it's like a gimmick. Like I just doubt someone like Tatum Paxley would be in a PLE gimmick match. Kind of like I doubt that for like Nikki Cross too, or what Abigail, Sister Abigail, whatever. Honestly, I have no clue because I would say like Izzy Dame, but is she out like on injury or something? Because I'm surprised she's not there. And then they got rid of, well, not got rid of, but Blair and Kiana James, they got drafted and like disappeared. Kiana like disappeared, but then she also got injured. So it's like double. Oh, Blair. Blair is going to be in the North American Women's Title bracket match, but she's in the bracket with Chelsea, so obviously she's not going to win because Chelsea is like the number one overall pick for like the North American Women's Title. I have Chelsea or Meechin. I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like if they give it to Chelsea, then it'll have like that fun like Piper being her bodyguard type thing. I know they're doing that with Raquel and Liv already, but they're not doing it well. So you might as well give it another shot. God, what was I talking about? Oh my god, I was trying to talk about the Julia Stephanie Jakara Lash fight. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who else will be in the Women's Iron Survivor. But back to the match. they still kind of had Lash booked strong. Julia tried to get her down multiple times, and she was struggling just as much as I struggled with that sentence. And she like kept trying to, I don't know, you flip over and they're under the person, you keep trying to like pull on their legs or whatever, like that. And they had her booked strong, and not that they had Jakar booked very weak, because Stephanie and Julia did have to tag team up against her like heavily at the end there for Julia to get the pin. There's still not a women's tag team title on NXT. So I hope that Jakara and Lash, they get another opportunity to go up to the main roster and fight, because Julia and Stephanie were like, I noticed that during the ECW and like the lead up to that, how they do fight well as kind of like a tag team. They have a lot of duo moves where like they each throw someone in the ring or whatever, and then they do the running flying to the other. They have these moves like, oh, and then they go like grab each other's arms and they like drop on a person. They like have these duo moves, right? So maybe, well, no, because they split up for Iron Survivor, and their show main event that they kind of would just work on their own, like they don't need each other. But I have a feeling, like I just have a little feeling like we're going to get the women's NXT tag titles back soon. Like, I just feel like they've kind of, like, paired Cora and Roxanne. And I know it was more, like, to go against Julia and Stephanie. But, like, Lash and Jakar are really strong. I feel like it's going to come back soon. Which I am kind of happy about. But also, I'm, like, the floating title for the women's tag on the main roster, like, going to all three just kind of works really well. So I don't really know if we need it on NXT, but I wouldn't mind. Oh, like then more people would show up on like the screens or whatever. Like Carly, there was like Carly something and like whatever. They fought Ren Sinclair, and like one of them, like whoever's on the outside, power slam like Miles whatever. I like how NXT, how it's in the same place. It's just you see the same locations, like Chase U, like the Don's restaurant, like you see the same locations, Ava's office, and you see the same people in the background, so you kind of like get to know them or recognize them even when you don't see them fight very often. Like maybe see them fight every like 2 months or something. Oh, okay. I'll talk more about that when I talk more about Carmen's drama. Okay, next is Cora Jade versus Sol Ruka. So, honestly, when I knew this was for the Iron Survivor, it was pretty obvious to me Sol was gonna win. She's always in a gimmick match, you know? Like, I don't feel like I'll see Tatum in, like, a big women's PLE gimmick match. I feel like that's where Sol always will be. That's like they're kind of like opposites. They're each other's opposite almost. I was so excited to see Cora fight though. I really like Cora. I like her like blase energy. Kind of like she doesn't care, but then like when shit's actually happening, she's like so whiny or whatever. Like I kind of like that switch up. I love Sol's taunts, like how she gets on her opponent like a surfboard. I love her finisher, the Soul Snatcher. She's just, yeah, she's very impressive, and I know that she's going to make the Iron Survivor match a worthwhile show for the match. I don't think she's gonna win. I don't think Soul's gonna win, but it's gonna be a great match, and yeah. Okay, next is Carmen Petrovich and Ashante de Adonis, the drama. So I'm going to go back to the ECW episode real quick. Carmen, what the fuck? Like, stand up, girl, please. The fact that she was cheesing over him knowing that it was her birthday like a week ago. Oh my god. I wish better for my sisters. I wish better for them. Like, Okay, so she was like in the conversation talking about how he has a flavor of the week because he's a man whore, right? He's a man whore, shoving it in her face, bringing the other girl to not other girl because Carmen is not the main girl. Carmen, you are not in the race. You are not in the running. Bringing some girl to your match to mess with you. We need to get this man. Are you kidding? It is so pathetic. And then in this episode, she is talking to Dion, and she's like, oh, this color corresponds to this, blah, 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 blah. It is so pathetic. I need you to stand up. Brinley girl, get your friend, please. I know she's trying, but she's not trying hard enough. Just put a mirror to this girl's face. Show how embarrassing she is. You need to be acting this thing out. I know Dion, he's trying to break through to Carmen too. So you need to be that type of embarrassing. Act like Carmen to Dion and display the type of foolishness and mess that she is perpetrating. Because, girl, please stand up. I want better for you. This is embarrassing. And the way Ashante is embarrassing too. It is giving like little boy like went in elementary school. They're like, oh, they pull on your hair because they like you. Oh, get the fuck away from me. Get away from me with the bullshit. I am not dealing with that. Carmen, stand up. I want better for you, but I will only want better for you for the next 2 episodes. Those are the chances I'm giving you. You fuck up after that, go to the wolves. Get your heart broken. I do not care. In fact, I will start hoping he breaks your heart because it is ridiculous. You never give a man like that chances. Never. You never give them one chance. You haven't even given him a chance and you can see the type of man he is, but you still want to mess with him? Okay, whatever, girl. Good luck. Good riddance. I love the drama though. Don't get it twisted. I love the drama. I just want people to root for her. Okay, the Wesley Cedric Alexander match for Iron Survivor. Yeah, I guess Wes would win. I did, but in my mark, like, was Cedric actually hurt? Because I was like, oh goddamn! Like immediately, I was like, oh, that is fucking bad. Like, I can't tell if I'm a mark or not. I feel like that was an actual injury that Cedric Alexander said to work through. Okay, I'm glad they didn't give up on the Brooks Jensen, Sean Spears thing. Like, I like the mentor mentee. Like, I like that type of I don't know, friendship or display. Who had it was Stone? Oh my god, and Von Wagner. Okay. Kind of like Robert Stone and Von Wagner. I literally almost forgot that again. Like I just looked it up. Okay. I liked their dynamic. That was kind of building someone back up from injury and doing like that whole training thing. I loved that. This is a bit different. This is kind of like trying to tame a beast or whatever. Because Brooks Jensen kind of like he went rabid on Josh Briggs, and also why was Josh Briggs at the tag team meeting or whatever? I love the tag team meeting, by the way, and I like that they're building that back up because I like the tension that is building up with Nathan and Axiom. I was scared that they kind of just dropped it, kind of like how I feel like they dropped Austin Theory and Grayson Waller's drama, but I'm glad they didn't drop this one. I liked how Nathan Frazier, he's like doesn't give a fuck, kind of like he's like, oh, I have gold, well, I don't have to work for it or nothing, like I'm already at the top. He doesn't realize that he can like fall, and I just think that their split is going to be so good. And who do I want to win? I want OTM or Hank and Tank to win. And yeah, so I liked that little meeting. And I like how throughout the episode we get like little tag teams like go like talking shit at each other and then culminating at the end. I thought that was great. Sean Spears and Brooks Jensen at the Don's restaurant. I liked that he was kind of like I said, Brooks is more like unhinged rabbit kind of, and I liked that Sean's kind of using him to just like sick on people. Yeah, like let's test you out in the ring, like against this person, whatever. Just kind of throwing him at people. Andre Chase is kind of pissing me off. Like I loved that the angle with JC and Thea so much that I kind of just moved on from that situation while we're in it. But he literally gambled away the college, and now he's making bets that his ass can't check again. Like he's deciding other people's fate with his like grubby money hungriness, or not grubby hunger, like his ego. He's like fucking everybody else up because of his own ego, and like Theo not get a say? Does Duke not get a say? Does O'Reilly not get a say? Like, it's not fair. O'Reilly. I don't know why I said O'Reilly. But it's like not fair to decide others' fates like that. And he pisses me off. And if he loses to Ridge Holland, I'd be fine with everyone else, like, at Chase U being pissed at him and just like, okay, well, you get to split up. No, you have to split from us. That was the deal. Like, get off the. They like kick him out. Like they kick him off the board or whatever. So he's no longer the dean or whatever his position is at the college. And then JC still sticks together. You have to call it something else. But I don't know. I feel like it'd work. And if not, then maybe just thinking outside of kayfabe, maybe they just feel like Chase University storyline. Maybe they just feel like it's told all the stories it could tell. The ups and downs. It's gotten there, and it's only down from here. Um, which is sad. I don't know what would happen with Mr. Chase if they actually disbanded. Because I don't know. I just feel like Ridge is gonna win. I'm kind of rooting for Ridge to win. Like, yeah, Andre's just pissed me off so much. Like, I'm kind of just done with him. Okay, Jada better get through to the Iron Survivor. That is all I want to say. Jada better get through to the Iron Survivor. Next up is Nikita Lyons versus Adriana Rizzo. So I really liked Rizzo. I've liked Rizzo for longer than I've liked Nikita because Nikita was out on injury for a while, so I didn't really know her. Like, I'd only seen her kind of here and there somewhat before. I think she came back at one point and then got re-injured like really soon after, like maybe like less than 3 weeks after. But so I love Adriana, but they haven't been doing a lot of character work with the rest of the Dawn's family recently. Like, it was so heavy in the beginning of this year when they were like going against OTM and all that. Oh fuck, I don't remember, but the one at WrestleMania weekend, that one, Stand and Deliver. I think it's Stand and Deliver. But since Nikita's come back, I very quickly liked her. I like kind of her drama. Her entrance, first of all, her entrance music. Her entrance music is fantastic. The aura, the lights, like she has it. Just the way she moves, the way that she enters the ring, it makes her coat like drapes off of the middle rope and like falls into the ring. Just her aura, and like when she like flies off for a move, she flips her hair so dramatically, and it's very I don't know, she like really tries to embody the cat essence, the cat killer essence of Nikita Lyons, and I love that. And okay, so this is a move she does that I really like. It's so simple in execution, but just her power advantage over most of the other women in the division because how much like bigger she is than them. She like hugs them up kind of, and she like has their arm, and then she like kind of throws and like unravels them. So like imagine two people holding hands, right? And then the other person turns into them, like when they're dancing, you know? But then she like throws them and like unravels them. It's kind of like a Beyblade. Like she like spins someone out like that, and it's so fucking cool. Like I love that move, and I like that. Not a lot of other people can do it because of just her like simple power advantage that she has over most of the other women in the division. Going back to how the match started, I really liked how Rizzo like immediately like ran after Nikita because like Nikita's got size. She I don't know about skill. I don't really know who's more skillful than everyone, but Nikita was just doing a job for Oba, right? Like she was working a job or whatever, kind of like she had no skin in the game. Rizzo is like fucking pissed. Like she's so angry, and I like how she like goes at Nikita, not like rabid, but just like so unrefined, like throwing haymakers. Like she's just like, I'm gonna hurt you. I don't care about technical whatever. Like this is not like I'm imagining we're not in the ring. Like I'm imagining we're on blacktop, bitch, and I'm gonna beat you down. Like I love that from Rizzo, and she did not win. But you know what? It don't fucking matter because she got a crowbar and she knows how to use it. So night night Nikita, and I'm glad Nikita won, and I'm also glad that Rizzo beat her with a crowbar after. She didn't really beat her. She just like one bonk, you know? But I like it, and I'm glad, and it does not seem over. What I'm sad seems a little over is Nikita Oba. Like, I thought that would could have been like a good, like, I don't know, ruler type couple, but I feel like they're kind of like trying to soft draft Oba to the roster, kind of like they did with Braun Breaker and Tiffany Stratton last year. They like did not wait for the actual draft like they did with Carmelo Hayes and Lyra Valkyria. But yeah, so I I think that business dealing is over. Oh, I wrote in here. I feel like they're giving Andre Chase the loser Baron Corbin kind of run. You know, where he was like stinky and sad. Yeah. Next match is Javon Evans versus Alexis King. And I honestly wasn't sure who would win at first. But I don't know. I feel like unless they book you like a superhero like they did with Super Roman, Super Rhea, Super Cena, then they feel like they always make like baby faces lose and like wimpy and like like not like maybe not baby faces like if you are baby face, but if they're trying to turn you baby face, they do it through losing. Like you gotta you gotta fall and to climb back up again. You know, you gotta see the bottom, I guess. That's kind of what they're doing with Lexus King. He didn't take advantage of the low blow. They accidentally gave Javon, and he lost. And I thought they were going to like switch him, like they were gonna make Eddie Thorpe heel, but then he was very like, okay, yay, happy after Ava gave him like he was like, you'll be in the Iron Survivor match or whatever, or qualifying match. He like soon's like okay happy dropped it, but the last two episodes before that he was like very upset and like no like why do you keep blowing me off. So I think if he loses here he might like go off kind of, and then they might revisit Eddie versus Lexus, but like you know switching babyface heel. Okay, yeah, so here's where we got Nathan focusing on Iron Survivor and not on the title that he has and keeping it, and Axiom getting frustrated. And in the background, we see Carmen talking Brinley's ear off about some no good man who is not giving you the time of day that you deserve. You deserve golden hour, Carmen. He is giving you dawn. No, don't go there. Don't do it, Carmen. You deserve golden hour. But yeah, I'm with Axiom here. And I'm with Brinley here. Carmen and Nathan, you're pissing me off. Oh yeah, throughout the show, there's these little interactions, these little kind of verbal scuffles between different tag teams. Okay, just real quick, I'm gonna talk about the ending brawl. We have OTM, Stax and Luca, Gallus, and Hank and Tank. And I thought this was a great ending brawl. There was just so many like minute details of it that I just obsessed over and loved. Like the way that Luca jumped back over the desk after being pushed over. Like I know it sounds stupid, but I was just looking at that and I was like, he's in like loafers, and like I would have slipped and fallen in it. And I know you look at a lot of things that wrestlers do, and you would like think, oh, I would slip and fall. But there's sometimes where I'm like jumping over the desk. I jump over that desk, but in loafers, I don't know. We're adding a lot of risk here now. It's like it's upping the ante for me, and like so I kept reminding on that bit, and like the way that fucking Gallus and like OTM were teaming up against like was it Stacks or whatever? Like I just like I was like kept rewinding to look at each little like fighting group, what they were doing by the ring, by the announce table, by the border, was it the wall, the audience wall? I can't remember, but I loved it and I was just obsessed over it, and it actually makes me really really excited for the tag team pictures, because the most exciting thing that's happened recently, or the most recently for the NXT men's tag titles, is that like is that week that they lost, like a couple months ago when they lost to Ridge and Chase, or Andre Chase, and they like had it for a week. Like that actually got me, but then it made sense when they won them back right after. But it really did shock me, and it overall led to a great moment of Ridge just tearing through the men of Chase University, and like I like what it led up to and the matches and stuff that it led up to. So that was great, but I'm excited to finally feel some heat in the men's tag division in NXT. So, okay, going back to the match, it was Fallon Henley versus Kalani Jordan, and I was really excited for this match. I was uber excited when Fallon won the North American Women's title, and I get that we had to like run it back. Of course, you always get the rematch with the person. But I'm just excited for this to be over, and that she's moving on to other opponents now, Zarya, it seems. But and I'm excited. I was so excited for this match because it got to like prove Fallon more and like solidify her as the winner, because the fact that she won it in a gauntlet match, like Kalani had to go through two other people for Fallon to like for to get the pin on her, for like her to finally be tired enough to lose, like kind of like soured it a bit, I felt. But now I'm glad that she like got the rematch, beat Kalani when she's well rested, and can just move on to proving herself with other people, and really like building up the legacy of the title, because I'm so excited. I love Fallon. I loved Fallon when she was a baby face. I loved her as a heel now. Like, I'm just excited for her to display how awesome she is. And I love that she's a heel now, that she like yells. Like, I don't know. I love how there's sometimes people yell and I'm like, why are you yelling? Like, no offense, I love Cora Jade, but when Cora like is yelling, like she's like she sounds so scared or whatever. She's like, no, no, no. Like she's like yelling when someone's doing a move to her. Like Fallon and Nikita yell when they're doing a move to someone else. Like Nikita's like on the top rope or whatever, or the middle rope, and she like does like a roar, a lion's roar, before she does a move. And like Fallon, she has such a guttural yell that like really rumbles like so well, and it's like it's a fired up yell, and I love it. And she does it when she like does a move to somebody, and yeah, so that was I love Fallon in match, and I loved this match, and I love that she got to prove herself a bit more, and like it feels like, okay, the past is it, just from here on out, like just banger after banger after banger, you know. Okay, yeah, so those were all my thoughts for the last episode of NXT, and thanks for watching.